Warning. Curse of Strahd. Spoilers ahead. We rejoin Nala the Druid, Badakas the Rogue, Zayli the Ranger, and Torin the Paladin inside a dingy but homey hovel. Across the living space, a Dusk Elf stands and watches the party closely. On one wall, wooden statues depict elven deities. Another wall holds a large tapestry depicting a mistless forest. Despite being indoors, the elf wears a long cloak with its hood drawn, concealing most of his features. Before we continue, please make sure you've subscribed to my channel. It helps me out a lot. Be sure to check out my Patreon for exclusive insights in my series after the episode. Thank you for coming. My name is Kasimir Velikov.
Make it quick. We have a lot of errands going on, and if what you need isn't important, you're at the bottom of the list.
One question before I begin. Are you for or against the leader of this land? Oh, f*** that guy. A quick response. Very well. I have had strange dreams of late, involving my long-departed sister, Patrina. The dreams point to a section of the Amber Temple, where power lies that may reduce or eliminate the curse the leader of this land has laid upon us.
Huh. That does sound important.
Kind of. What's the curse? I am unsure of its exact terms, but a pact was made with a vestige of darkness. So long as the vestige exists, they hold power over this land. We might want to take care of that, though it's not like they're going anywhere.
Guys, wait a second. I looked at the prophecy we got from the woman, and it says, "You will find the enemy of the vampire. Look for a drunkard man trapped by the mist who drinks his life away. He'll be an unfaltering ally in these dark lands. You will find him at the source of his stupor, where you will find the vampire himself."
Huh?
Is that referring to Bluto?
Oh, I f***ing hope not. A source of a stupor. Probably not fishing, but I guess it's open to interpretation, huh?
Okay.
I think he's probably in the... Where's that f***ing place we're going? With the wines.
The vineyard?
The Wizard of the Wines? Yes, that one. Probably. So this guy. You want an escort? Effectively. We have to finish things up here. Wait, which way is Kresk? Kresk is to the west. Lots of things to finish up west of here. Plus, Irina here is already getting escorted, so we need to drop her off first. Do you want Irina? The Dusk Elf looks Irina up and down, grimaces, and turns his gaze away. So it is true. One of his up-and-coming beloveds.
Yep, so we're trying to get her as far away as possible.
That was a very quick diagnosis. Is there something we should know?
Does he have a type?
The elf pulls his hood down just enough to reveal his ears, or where his ears should have been. Instead, there are gaping holes in the side of his head. The scar tissue is strangely absent. There is, however, a large scar across the elf's throat. My sister Patrina was once courted by the devil himself. To keep him from turning her, she was killed as a mercy. Was that your only option? Yes. It is impossible for anyone to leave these lands, even in spirit form, without the devil's permission. Alas, the devil sought revenge. He took my ears and slaughtered the women of our once proud race. Only the men remain.
Well, I guess... Are any of you gay?
Terrible timing on that comment.
I don't know. What's the bright side?
The elf momentarily grins. One couple has endured these long years. The rest endlessly contemplate our own annihilation.
Sounds like the answer of someone who's done some experimenting.
There is something I forgot to mention. In the Amber Temple, another power exists that would allow me to bring the ancient dead back to life. I plan to use it on my sister. If you were willing, each of you could take the gift and help me restore my people to a shadow of our former glory. Sounds like a good idea, in theory. Back to escort duty.
Yeah, we want to help. There's a few things we need to see completed first. If you want to come with us and help get things done, then we can help you sooner than later.
Or we can pick you up on the way down. How long might your other tasks take?
Not a f***ing clue.
Days? Weeks? At that pace, I may as well accompany you. It has been long since I've traveled Barovia, but be warned, I am less able in combat than I once was.
Just stay out of the way and you'll be fine.
It'll be good for you to get out and see places.
Plus, we could turn you into a bear if we get into trouble.
Or a T-Rex.
Even better.
What is this T-Rex?
All in good time. Nothing to worry about.
Think scary and huge. Badakas has always wanted to try T-Rex. Badakas never gets to eat the good stuff. A giant T-Rex is basically a giant chicken. I guess it's hard to argue with that logic.
Let's get moving.
The party departs Casimir's hovel and departs Luvash's camp. Thanks to their saving Arabelle, the party can use the map Luvash presented to them to find their way around most of western Barovia. After half an hour of travel, the party crosses an ancient stone bridge over a thundering river. The far bank is shrouded almost entirely by fog, but a gust of wind parts it to reveal a figure.
What the f*** are you?
Perhaps the better question is, what are you?
I asked you first, asshole.
Always respond to a question with a question. Unless there is no answer to the first. Dear Irina, my sincerest condolences for the death of your adopted father, Kolian. Irina looks away. I am Badakas. Badakas Adakas from Happy Land. Badakas, no, he needs to introduce himself first.
It's too late for that.
That's true. Who am I but the land?
You're but the land?
The man's temper visibly rises before he checks it with a sly grin, which allow fangs to protrude from his upper lip. I am the ancient. I am the land.
Oh,
God damn it. That's what I thought you'd say, Mr. But the Land.
I'm assuming that's B-U-T-T, the land. Do you capitalize the B and the L, or the T also?
Of all the darkened things in this domain of shadow, you are, by far, the dimmest. Someone stop him or I'm gonna cry laughing.
Okay, cool. Who the f*** are you? But the land?
I shall have to teach you civility before I drain you. You have no chill, Mr. But the Land. What will he drain us of? Badakas is unsure if Badakas has anything worth draining.
Patience, Badakas. He'll drain us of patience.
As you wish. Drain us of what? Badakas is only made of Badakas. Several portals suddenly appear and the ground around Strahd begins to shake. The party watches as many ghouls, wolves, and a pair of hellhounds eye them hungrily. Nala immediately opens with a tornado, causing detritus to fly off the ground as powerful winds manifest. Suddenly, the winds calm as the spell ends, detritus returning to the ground. This fight, while a serious one for the party, is essentially Strahd just having a bit of fun. He has little attachment to the creatures he allows to die, but the fight provides valuable information on how the party approaches one type of combat situation. Strahd will now make more frequent visits to the party, some seen and some unseen, as he is ready to begin his endgame. What are Strahd's end goals? Find a worthy successor, turn Irina into a vampire spawn, and destroy his playthings so he can bring new ones into Barovia. The first part of this fight ends predictably. The party easily defeats most of Strahd's initial force through mass lightning arrows, fireballs, and Nala's conjure woodland creatures. Despite getting caught in a myriad of ranged attacks and spells, Strahd looks no worse for wear, which he emphasizes with condescending, slow clapping. How does it feel, knowing that even your triumphs will be forgotten?
Oh, shut up. It's like he has a book of pretentious sayings and is like, oh, let me read out what's next.
Did you practice that one in the mirror? Oh, wait.
Burn.
Your blood shall run as cold as mine.
Sure, face.
Wow, Mr. Teeth, you can uncook meat? Badakas is very impressed. Strahd says nothing, but energy crackles from his hands into the ground. A fireball erupts, hitting everyone except Irina and the children.
Okay, we gotta giggity go is what I'm thinking.
He's just gonna have these things chase us, even if he doesn't. Nala casts a sunbeam at Strahd, engulfing him in the brilliant light. The sound of sizzling flesh is audible, even at this distance. Strahd walks out of the direct beam, which was a hell of a surprise for my players. Legendary actions. Long has it been since the cursed sun shone on these lands. Practice that in front of your mirror too? Zaylee eases her rod of security out of her bags.
I have an exit strategy that might make him go away if he can't find us.
Do you want to leave?
I can't decide, but I imagine we won't be able to kill Strahd right now.
Let's stick it out a little longer. Nala refocuses her sunbeam on Strahd. Zaylee casts silence on Strahd. Thank you for doing that. I was getting tired of the witty quips.
Don't mention it.
Strahd grins and walks out of the silence bubble.
Oh, f off.
You remind me of me when I was younger. Let's see how you play with these.
Oh my god.
Back when dirt was young. Large, disgusting smelling flowers grow behind the party. The flowers uproot themselves, revealing that they are corpse flowers filled with cadavers. The corpse flowers immediately scavenge nearby corpses, stuffing them into their planty bulk. Oh, cool. Badakas likes these plants because Badakas can eat vegetables. Strahd walks to the edge of the forest, disappearing into the trees and fog. Yeah, you f***ing run. Just saunter off like a cat leaving the room. Oh, I meant to do that. Buttercuss will give Mr. Teeth a piece of Buttercuss's mind for not showing Buttercuss how to uncook meat. Buttercuss. Priorities. The corpse flowers my players fought were significantly more difficult than regular corpse flowers. I increased their health by 50%, their damage by 15%, and their healing ability by 100%. The plants inflicted terrible damage on Nala and Buttercuss, causing both of them to be downed at separate intervals. Zaylee and Torin came in clutch with healing, but the fight really shook my players' confidence. That little summoned a giant horde and wandered away. Who said anything about wandering away? There he is. Strahd reemerges from the mist, apparently having remained for the duration of the encounter. Admirable for first-time visitors to Barovia. I am eager to see what your future holds. Strahd vanishes. It was a simple major illusion spell that activated when someone talked shit about Strahd leaving, but I figured Strahd's ego is quite bruised from the total disrespect my player's character showed him.
I wish he had vanished and just stayed gone.
Which is why he had to do that, little.
Should we rest between here and the tower, or should we push through?
We need to get out of the forest. It's clear he's not going to pass up an opportunity for a second round. The bloodied party trudges in the direction of the Tower of Khazan, guided by their recently obtained map. They arrive at a cold mountain lake enclosed by quiet, misty woods. Thick fog creeps across the dark, still waters. The trail ends at a grass-covered causeway that stretches across the lake to a flat, marshy island with an ancient tower on it. Parked near the base of the tower, within sight of the entrance, is a pair of barrel-topped wagons splattered with mud.
Let's get camp set up and we'll explore in the morning. At least we'll only have to watch a single entryway.
Don't be too sure that the water isn't something to be concerned about.
What do you mean by that, Torin?
You can hide undead under the water.
Oh, makes sense.
Camp is set up and the watch is established. You're up late, Casimir. I require little sleep. Because you're an elf or an insomniac? Both, really. It doesn't help when the Lord of the Land attacks your traveling party in broad daylight. I assume it's for added effect. Are you sure you don't have anything that could help us in combat? Time has worn my abilities. If you don't find something to help us with, it's hard to justify carrying dead weight in these lands. Is that true, Torin? Do you wish for me to enter the fray? For the children to enter it? Oh, great. Irina, we agreed to protect you, and the children are wanted by a night hag. Children are off dead weight. Children of men, especially. Do you have magical ability? Indeed. The next time we're in a fight, I expect to see you do something. As you wish. I want to fight. That seems a far cry from when you were lecturing me about the morality of fighting. Torin, other than the children, I was the only one unharmed today. He won't risk my life. We promised your brother we wouldn't risk yours either. Don't you see? I can help by forcing his minions to do unconventional things to avoid hurting me. I can't force you to do anything. What about the children's well-being? They can stay to the rear of the group. Do you remember how he summoned those plants to our rear today? They almost took Nala out, and it's not like you haven't seen her fight. Most times, Nala barely takes a scratch. Oh. Fighting is equal parts anticipating your enemy's move as it is to reacting to their moves. I see. I shouldn't lecture. I'm sorry. I will train you as best I can, but I have no idea if it will be enough. Let's start with a crossbow. Arrogant young paladin. You would have enjoyed my late brother's company. He spends too much time near my Irina. She's mine. Mine! I should kill him tonight and display his corpse for all to see! My lord. What, Rahadin? My lord. Excuse me, brother. I am not myself. Their prowess is commendable. Now, for a twist. Esmeralda, I have decided to spare your life. You will join my playthings and become a feast at my leisure. If it please you, my lord. A special thanks to my lovely patrons for helping make these videos possible. And thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, share my video on your Twitter, Facebook, or other social media, and make the leap to become one of my patrons on Patreon. As a patron, you gain exclusive access to my after the episode content and other benefits as well. I'll see you all next time.